back to Plant Mamacita. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Hoyas. Yay! I am a big Hoya head. I am not ashamed. Y'all probably already know this, but I love Hoyas. They are a type of genus of plant. It's a really big family. There's a bunch of different types of Hoyas. If you don't know about them, they're very amazing plants. They're kind of more like on the succulent level compared to like a regular house plant. They are, however, tropical plants, so that's pretty cool, but they have more thicker leaves and a more delicate root system. So for some they're kind of easy, for some they're kind of challenging. Me, I love them. They do well in my care. At first, of course, it took some adapting and some getting used to, but I'm here to share with you guys today what my recommended beginner Hoyas and the most easiest Hoyas I think. But we're just going to talk about my Hoyas today. I feel like talking about them and recommending some to beginners. If you guys are new to Hoyas, they are amazing. They will win your heart super fast. But they are kind of tricky, and I'm gonna talk about some care as well. But yeah, I kind of got influenced by this idea because I have a, it's not mine, but I follow a houseplant group on Facebook, and this girl bought her first Hoya, and I was like, oh my god, I remember my first Hoya. Like, they get really addicting. So I kind of wanted to go ahead and share some of my favorite beginner Hoyas that I would recommend to a new Hoya owner. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start showing y'all the plants now and stop talking. Alright guys, so I was originally going to do this outside, but there's a bunch of stuff going on out there because a lot of my Hoyas, I keep them outside. It is a northeast facing porch, and it gets some really beautiful morning sun and then some dappled sunlight throughout the day. It's nothing crazy, but it is pretty bright out there, enough for me to have my variegated plants out there and it to keep their variegation. So that's how I know it's a good light over there. I do want to say that I do live in zone 8B. I would describe my environment to be pretty humid. It's not by the beach or anything, but it's still humid. You could definitely feel it in the air, especially if you're outside and it's hot, so you get really sticky. So it's kind of humid where I live. The lowest temperatures get to like 20 to 30 degrees, but of course I do not have my plants outside. If that's the case, like during winter time, they all come indoors. In the summertime though, the highs are in the hundreds, so it gets pretty hot out there. However, as long as I keep, that's my dog, as long as I keep the plants out of direct sunlight, they're usually pretty good. I did accidentally keep one of my Hoyas, and it's going to be one that I show today, in the sun, and it did get sunburned. So yeah, don't do that, so, but yeah, that's just so you guys can get an idea of what my Hoyas are growing in, like environmental wise, temperature wise, stuff like that. It's pretty warm right now, really warm. It's 90s to 100, so we're in that summertime weather. But yeah, they're kind of loving it, so I'm happy. Okay, so one of the Hoyas that I did want to share with y'all isn't here. It's called a Hoya Crimson Queen. I have it at my mom's house. I haven't brought it over yet, and I'm kind of sad, but it's really big and viney, and it grows really well. I had it in an east facing window like its entire lifespan of being with me, and it grew really quick, like all the time. Like every other week there was some new leaves coming out, so it's a really good, easy, fast-growing plant. And then, of course, alongside of it, I have to recommend the Hoya Crimson Princess. This is what she looks like here. It's super stunning. It has variegation, really beautiful variegation. It's kind of more on the yellow side of variegation colors. It's creamy and yellow. It's really beautiful. But yeah, this plant is super easy, super duper easy. For all Hoyas mostly, whenever you pinch the leaves and they're little soft instead of on the firm side, that's when you know it's time to water it. I love to bottom water my Hoyas. It's the most easy way to not over water. All you pretty much do is like fill this up with water if you want. If not, you can have like a little plastic container, fill it up with water, let the plant soak in it for like 30 minutes, and then take it out and then put it back in its cache po. And if you do it in the cache po, just remember to dump the water out because you don't want it to, you know, be sitting in water and get root rot. So yeah, that's how I water most of my Hoyas. But this is the second one, I guess I should say, that I would recommend. It's so beautiful and it's pretty common. You could find them in big box stores if you're lucky, because I know a lot of people are on the hunt for them. But for the cheapest price, you would probably want to get it in a big box store. If not, a lot of nurseries carry them. They're pretty common Hoyas, but they're also very easy and easy to propagate as well. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you're a sucker for variegation. It's just, how can you not? Alright, the next plant I would recommend is a Pubic Calyx, any kind of Pubic Calyx. I have here a Hoya Hawaiian Pubic Calyx. So the only difference being from a regular Pubic Calyx is that the foliage, whenever it first grows out, it's pretty dark. So instead of being like a vibrant green color or, you know, like a new growth, normal new leaf color, it's purple, kind of. So it's like, I don't know if you could tell, but the stems here are dark compared to what a regular Pubic Calyx is. A regular one would have more of a like tan colored stem, and this one has like a really dark color. It's kind of like a burgundy color. And then it also has some splashiness going on. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but yeah, it's super beautiful. It's super easy to grow, super duper easy. Pubic Calyx, this one has some splashiness, you can see how pretty. But yeah, this one is super cool. It's not variegated, but it has like some splash going on. So that's the difference. If you don't know, splashiness is kind of like a splotchy type pattern on the leaves, like that. And then variegation is like whenever it's more like, I don't know, dominant on the leaf, like this one, where it has like a pretty, you know, substantial amount of color that's not green. But yeah, so this is considered splash, not variegation. But yeah, this one is super easy. It's trailing. I kind of want to get a trellis for it and make it do a little loop. It would look so cute, I think. But yeah, usually Hoyas, they send out tendrils before they grow their leaves, so they're kind of, that's another way they're different from regular houseplants. They grow their stems first and then the leaves come last. So if you can see this little tiny, it's like right here, little tiny specks of green, that's actually a new leaf. So that's how small they start off, and they usually grow in pairs too, so that's fun. So yeah, Pubic Calyx of any kind, super easy, and they grow so fast. All right. Okay, the next Hoya I would recommend is this one right here. This is called a Hoya Abubado, and it is so cool. It is one of my favorites for sure. It has circular leaves, so you guys can tell, and it has splash. So it's so cool. I love Abubados. They're so stunning. They have very unique leaves. This is the one I accidentally gave sunburn to. You can see right here that splotch. That's what happens when you leave them out in the sun. So don't do that in direct sun. They can't handle it, especially when it's hot. So be careful with that. But yeah, this is my Hoya Abubado. It is really big. Whenever I first got it, it was not trailing at all, and it wasn't spilling over like it is. So you could see like from the pot, it's like spilling over on all sides. And then it's also putting out this huge tendril right here. So it's so cute. These are the newest leaves, and there's a new leaf. This one is kind of like the Hawaiian splash, whereas the foliage grows out more of like a dark burgundy color. So this right here is a new leaf. You can see it. It's so tiny and shiny. They're really shiny too whenever they first grow out. And then once they like get older, they get a little bit darker green and, you know, bigger in size, of course, as long as you're taking it good care, or as long as they're getting that light, the leaves will get really big. And if you fertilize, don't ever forget to fertilize right now, especially. That will definitely help the plants grow and be healthy and happy. All right. So this one is kind of compared to the Pubic Calyx as far as the growth rate. This one grows insanely fast, like super fast. Yeah, okay, so this guy here, if y'all follow me on Plant Mamacita on my Instagram, y'all saw the most beautiful picture I took of it, and I shared it with you guys. Just how beautiful it looks outside. It's so full and lush, and it's just super, I love it so much. But yeah, this is called a Hoya Australis. Right now what's poppin' is Hoya Australis Lisa, which is this plant, just variegated. I, however, love the green regular Hoya Australis. It just, I don't know, I love green colors on like all my plants, so that's why I kind of feel like I don't have like a lot of variegated plants, because I just love the color green so much, and I feel like it really just pops, you know, it gives your house that pop of color, and it's just really pretty. But of course, you know, variegated plants are awesome too. But yes, this is just the regular Hoya Australis here. This grows super duper fast. You can see how many tendrils it's putting out. It's just going nuts. So tendriling all over. It is so beautiful. This plant grows super duper fast. Super fast, and it can actually tolerate a little bit lower light compared to the other Hoyas, and it grows kind of a little bit slower, but if you have it in that bright light and in a warm environment, it takes off super fast. Of course, Hoyas, I also want to say, they like humidity, not too much of course, but they do appreciate some humidity. So if you keep your Hoyas around a bunch of your tropical plants, or like near a humidifier, a diffuser, if you want to, you know, have some sort of humidity going on in the bathroom. Really, Coco? Really? But anyways, yeah, if you can even keep your Hoyas in the bathroom if there's a nice well-lit window in there. But yeah, they are so beautiful. This one is so full. It's so beautiful. And I would definitely recommend if you like fast-growing plants, because this one is insane. With that Pubic Calyx and Australis, you will have like a whole vine on your back wall, you know. I'm just kidding. I'm just fantasizing. All right, so the last Hoya I will recommend is this one here. So this is a Hoya Macrophylla, or Macrophylla, however you want to pronounce it. But this one is kind of more harder to come by. All these plants right here are pretty common. I mean, not super common. The most common will be the Pubic Calyx and Crimson Queen and Crimson Princess. Those are really common. This one's kind of harder out of all of these to come by. It is really beautiful though, and if you could find one, I would definitely recommend. This plant got so big, and I've had it for less than a year. I will try to insert a picture of when I got it, if I still have it, but it wasn't this big at all. It was in a little 4-inch pot. It still is in a 4-inch pot, but it's just so full now. It's grown so much. It's trellised on these bamboo sticks here. It's like a little ladder, see? And then I just tied it with some twine. It's really easy, but yeah, this is a really fast growing and really beautiful plant. If you like variegated leaves and you like textured leaves, this is the Hoya for you. I love the texturing on these leaves. They're so pretty. I don't know, it just gives the plant some character, some, I don't know, uniqueness. I love it. But yeah, it is a really pretty plant. It's kind of similar to the Crimson Queen in a way, as far as the edges on the leaves have like a creamy variegation. So like that. And then you can see this one here as well. It's more vibrant here on this leaf, but it has like an edging of like creamy variegation. It's really beautiful and super cute. This plant, when it puts out new growth, it comes out where the variegation is, it's pink. So it's super adorable. I don't know if you can tell, like on this leaf here, it's pink, or it may look red to you, but it's actually like a really hot pink color. And that's whenever the new leaves are coming in. And then whenever they get older, they fade to that yellowish creamy color. Sometimes it's white, sometimes it's yellow. I don't know what, because I have like right here, like this one would be like a yellow variegation, and then right here it's like more of a white color. So I don't know what causes the difference. Maybe more light, I don't know, but yeah, I think this one is super pretty and really fast growing if you have it in the right conditions. Like I said, if you give your Hoyas a lot of light, they will grow fast. If you only water them when they're bone dry, they will love you. And bottom watering will help you tremendously. That changed the game for me. But yeah, I never overwatered really ever since I started bottom watering. You could still, if you have your plants outside, I feel, and like when it's hot, it's okay if you top water because it's gonna dry out faster than it would if you have them inside. So that's kind of what I do. The house plants I have inside, they're more bottom watered than the ones I have outside. So just a little, you know, FYI. But yeah, so this plant is really beautiful. And if you leave your Hoyas out in bright light or provide it bright light, whether it be outside, whether it be from a window or a grow light, it will actually sunburn, not sunburn. Sunburn is like what I showed you, but it's like, I wish I had one to show you. Oh, I know I had one somewhere. I don't know, but it's kind of like whenever it gets sun stressed. I have actually, yeah, I'll show you this one. I'll show you this one here. I think I had some. I thought I had some sun-stressed leaves on, but I guess I don't. I used to have a whole bunch, but I guess because, you know, summer hasn't hit at its fullest, a lot of my Hoyas aren't sun-stressed. But yeah, this is another plant I should probably recommend. It's a Hoya Bertone or a Hoya, I don't know, Abubado, you could call it, whatever. But like I said, there's a bunch of different Hoyas. But yeah, this is another one. It's super easy, not as common, but it's really beautiful and it has fuzzy leaves. So if you like fuzzy leaves, it's the plant for you. It's super beautiful and the new growth is super tiny. Like right here, I'll show you. Look at this tiny new leaf. If it focuses, it's so small. But yeah, this is another good one, and it trails off really beautifully. Yeah, but this is a Hoya Abubado or Bertone. Alright, so that is pretty much all the Hoyas I would recommend to new Hoya heads or new Hoya family. Anybody that's trying to get into Hoyas, if you're trying to find one that is not so hard, because I know how it is to buy a different genus of plant and then it kind of like gives you a bad experience and you kind of don't want anything to do with it ever again. I know that feeling. So I'm kind of making this video so that y'all don't have that experience, because I feel like if y'all give it the right living conditions and you listen to some of my advice, you guys will have success with y'all's Hoyas, and it will be a really good experience for you. So yeah, that's gonna go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any more questions regarding Hoyas, go ahead and leave them down in the comments and I will get back to you. I'm really good at getting back to my comments. I love talking to you guys down there. It's really fun and I love talking about plants. I could talk about it all day, but I won't, because this video will be going forever. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna go ahead and conclude today's video. If you like this video, please give this a big like for me to support my channel, and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it if you're into planning things, because that's what this channel is all about. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.